This is THV11.
Welcome back for the C Block today for the Bird of the Week. And Sarah Baxter joining us from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission.
To talk about the rose-breasted grosbeak. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'm glad to be here again.
So that's the male and female, right?
Right. This is the male rose-breasted grosbeak, and you can see how they get their name, rose-breasted. This bright red chevron shape on their chest is really unmistakable. This bird really, in Arkansas, you can't mistake it for anything else. The female is obviously a whole lot more drab.
Look how drab they got the female.
Yeah, I want to know why are the female species in birdland always ugly?
Because that's a great question, Tom. It's because she is very camouflaged, so she's stuck sitting on that nest a lot of the time, and that way
she's holding things down.
That's right. Stuff can't find her. And these guys are really cool. We only have them for about 3 weeks during the spring in Arkansas. They're making their way from Central and South America up to Northeast U.S. and into Canada to breed. So they come through here just for a couple or 3 weeks, but they're really cool because you can see them at your feeders very easily.
Okay.
Fill it up with black oil sunflower seeds, and these guys are pretty likely, you know, depending on where you are, like everything, to land there and come and feed at your feeders, and you'll get a great look in your backyard.
Cool. I was going to ask, is there anything about the beak? It's called a grosbeak. So what about the beak?
There's a group of birds called the grosbeaks, and they all have these huge, heavy-duty, serious beaks.
Which allows them to
eat seeds. And so that's not all that they eat. Actually, they eat over 50% insects and then also lots of berries. But part of their diet is made up of seeds, and those bills allow them to crunch those seed shells open and get the stuff out.
Now, when do they migrate?
Okay, so these guys, they start migrating. Obviously, we know birds migrate in spring and fall, but more specifically, most songbirds migrate at night. And that's because the air drafts and things are a lot cooler and calmer during that time of day, and also a lot of raptors migrate during the day, so that way when they're migrating, they can be relatively safe.
Yeah, I guess hawks go after
yes, they do, especially the smaller hawks, coopers, sharpshins, that kind of thing.
Fast flying birds. All right, so 3 weeks, so you'll see them at Arkansas at your local bird feedery.
Yes.
Is now the time that they're migrating?
Now is the time. Last week of April, the first 2 weeks of May. So this is the time. Go out there and fill up your black oil sunflower seed in your feeder. And these guys are really cool for a lot of reasons.
I do like the female there in that shot.
They're, you know, and they, these guys also, people love them because they have a super sweet song. So every bird has its own song, you know, and the song for these guys is really similar to the American robin, but people describe it as being a lot sweeter. It's real throaty, kind of, and it just kind of warbles up and down. It's a really great little song. But they like to be around like shrubs or trees, along forest edges, fence lines, that kind of thing. You'll see them in city parks and stuff. They're really not that specific about their habitat, especially during migration.
So they're not picky, which is cool.
Yeah. And when they stop, when these birds are migrating and they stop off in our backyards on their way farther up north, we call that a stopover. So Arkansas is just simply stopover habitat for rose-breasted grosbeaks.
Kind of a flyover for us.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, here's today's trivia. What time of day do most songbirds, I should say, migrate?
All right, so you've heard Sarah talking about it. Email your answer along with your name, number, and address to cblock@thv11.com. Once again, what time of day do most songbirds migrate? We will contact the 11th emailer with the right answer.
So, good luck. And we're going to do this every week.
Yeah.
Sarah will be back next week with another particular. You know what our bird is going to be next week, Sarah?
Haven't decided just yet. Yes, it's a secret.
That's a good one. That's a good way to put it.